Now called to order. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call, Ashley, please.
Mr. Wilkening?
Yes.
Mr. Sharp?
Here.
Ms. Sheben? Here. Mr. Deutmeyer?
Present.
Ms. Mark? Present. Fire Chief Wilkening is currently absent. Mr. Gatto?
Here.
Ms. Abernathy is present.
Okay, thank you, Ashley. For the minutes, we need to approve the minutes from the October 20th, 21st public meeting, and also Ashley found that the minutes from the April 21st, 2021 public meeting did not get approved. So if we could have a motion for both those dates.
I will make a motion for both those days.
Thank you, Colleen.
Second.
Roll call.
Ms. Sheben?
Yes.
Mr. Wilkening?
Yes.
Mr. Sharp?
Yes. Motion carries 3-0. Thank you, everybody. That's what you needed, right, Ashley? Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. We move on to update items. 13010, Theodore. Jill? Or
So he has torn the house down. The dumpster is gone, and it's still a mess.
I was there today. He was,
Tony was there too. I'm
he was
looking at the
cleaning it up
picture
today
right
when I was
now.
there, but he had a fire going too, so.
Yeah, he was, when I
I
was,
told him to put the fire out.
right. I stopped yesterday, there may have been something smoldering, but he was stripping wire, like he was methodically taking the house apart piece by piece. There's a pile of ductwork there, which I assume he's going to scrap. It's just still a mess.
Yeah, there's no wood or nothing actually there, it's just a,
Right, he's got
a
a
little bit, but.
stack of cinder blocks, what looks like 5-gallon buckets, which were piers holding the
Yeah.
house up, full of concrete
Yes,
are
sure
still
did.
all in place, the concrete stoop is still there. But,
Yeah, you should get another dumpster and get it done and get out of there, you know.
that'd be nice, but he doesn't seem to be in a very big hurry or something.
there's no way to encourage him, is there?
How long was the
Yeah.
demo permit issued for?
So he had a year. The demo permit expired in October. We did an inspection today, which basically red tagged him.
Right.
So his permit is expired for the demo. So at this point, it could come down to some enforcement of not completing the work, code enforcement of stuff laying there still.
Right. It's
He
not known.
he has brought in some information on wanting to build something else there
On that property.
on that property. However,
Right.
it's very incomplete.
Are you able to use your buckets of concrete?
No, right.
So we will look through what we
Okay,
can
what
do
we
as far
can
as
do.
a letter and send
Okay.
for enforcement to try and get that moving along. So, Tony and I were kind of comparing pictures of what I took a month ago. And not much has moved from the interior of the lot other than the dumpster has been picked up.
Right.
Is he gonna need a permit to finish it?
Yeah, so
I'm not
I would
sure on
consider
that.
it, I mean, it's mainly cleanup now. It's demoed, if you will.
Yeah.
It's just the mess hasn't been cleaned
yeah,
up.
the demo hasn't really been completed.
But actually,
I
the
think
house is gone.
The house is gone, yeah.
So we can go from there, you know.
So we can look at it probably, we'll talk to Chief tomorrow too, unauthorized accumulation of,
Yeah. Nuisance? I mean,
yeah,
Yeah,
from the
various
nuisance
others,
avenue, not having the complete foundation removed.
Right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we'll look at what we can do enforcement wise to keep this one rolling. So we
Yeah.
got the
Once we get it
majority
going,
of
it'd
it,
be
but now we
nice
have
to, be nice to keep it rolling,
miscellaneous
yeah.
clutter is a easy way of saying it.
So he got the permit, was for a year, and he just now, this is where we are, after October, it expired in October? Okay. All righty.
So I think one of the big things that brought him in was a change to the utility bill. Because when that property years ago had a garbage bill and then they were gonna demo it, they removed one of the services, so his bill went up substantially.
Oh.
But anyway, we will see if we can get this moving anywhere else.
Okay. Thanks, Joe. Number two, 7020.
I guess just for the record, for that
Yes.
one, if the property's gone and it's just a cleanup thing, then that's sort of, I think we had an issue like this last time, it's kind of outside the jurisdiction of this body at that point in time, it just shifts over to code enforcement from there.
Okay, okay.
So I don't know that we need to keep it on an update list, if there's nothing really to update, it's, hey, the property still looks like crap. Bad looking property, it doesn't make it unsafe.
No, that's right, it does not, yeah. Okay, thanks, Brian. 7020 West 139 Place, Crum.
So this was one of the properties that, the gentleman had flown in from Nevada.
Oh, yeah.
He reached out to me last week. They're working on the process of perfecting the deed. I'm saying this correctly.
Maybe quieting title, either that, or either getting the tax deed or quieting title.
We emailed, make sure we had each other's contact information. I did not receive anything from him before this meeting. But he did call and provide an update that they're working
Okay.
towards that process. So,
Okay, within the last couple of weeks or whatever, since the last meeting, right? Okay,
Right.
okay.
Do you recall, is that one that's set for hearing in early December?
no, this one was set for hearing in October, and it wasn't set for hearing. It was set for last month.
Okay.
So it's still relatively new. We can check the records.
Okay.
We have another item that we're providing an update in January. That was the one that was on December.
Yeah, it's kinda,
Would you want to move this to an update in January with the other one?
Yes, I think that's a good
That's
idea.
one for the
Yeah,
process.
yes, please.
I mean, there's admittedly a lag time, once you get through the tax sale process, the court issues the order, then you gotta take it up to the auditor's office and have them do everything they need to do, so
Yeah.
there's some paperwork that needs to follow, but I would still sort of keep my finger on the pulse of this one, just like
Yes.
the other one.
Absolutely, yeah, okay. Okay, we'll do that then. I think January's a good idea, Joe, thank you. 7118 West 131st Place, Green.
My memory is failing me this evening.
No.
Michelle had sent me an update on this, and I know I read it, and it is gone.
Oh, is that what you were looking for?
It's
Yeah.
demoed, it's just, they haven't planted grass. The building's gone, all the debris is gone, and the site is clean, it's just not planted.
And they have a permit until August 18th of 2022.
Oh, okay, well,
So
good.
that one kind of crossed paths with wanting the permits to kind of come before you. So
Yeah.
they have the full year on that one. But it's primarily the
It's
structure's
down and it's
down.
clean?
The structure's down, it's just finishing the building permit process, correct?
As far as I know, if they're gonna rebuild, and I'm not familiar with that, but if
So-
they kept the sewer and they're gonna rebuild, then,
Yeah, okay. We could probably take this up too.
Yeah,
couldn't we?
same thing.
Okay,
Correct.
okay. All right, thank you. 7220 West 138th Place.
So this one's right up the street
This
here.
is this one, yeah.
That property, since your last meeting, or over the process of the last 60 days, sold on sheriff's sale. The new owner did come in and get a permit for kind of interior cleanup, demo, so they can analyze what's going on, so they have a big tarp over the roof.
Yeah.
They've been cleaning the property up. We did only give them 90 days on that permit.
I think so.
We gave a short
Okay,
period on that
okay.
one.
Yeah, that's good.
So that way we
That's
can
good.
keep that one going.
Yes,
Being that we're in the middle of all the recording and updating going on at Lake County,
yeah.
can we add this to January for an update?
I think
as well?
January would be fine
Mhm.
for an update, yeah. I agree. Okay, well, good. And did you have another one, Joe, you wanted to bring up?
So, the property of Sheila Graves
Huh.
has been brought up recently. An adjacent property owner came in and complained that she was living in the garage.
Oh, great, we tore down the house.
Yeah, if you remember, this is the one where she was, I believe, in some sort of institution. Her brother was in from like Michigan
Oh,
City.
yeah.
And then right as we got the demo orders, there was comments about the garage and then wanting to keep it for future building. I believe Todd's comment at the time was that the garage was not unsafe, so the garage was not demoed.
Okay.
Can you live in a garage?
No.
Okay, no.
My understanding is, Dave and I talked to, Rick, and I also received a communication from Chief Fisher. They've had folks out there on a couple of occasions. Every time they've gone out there, nobody's been present in the property. Discussions with some of the surrounding people suggest that she's not living anywhere near Cedar Lake, that she's residing in Highland or Hammond or something like that. But there's still been complaints of some nature, so somebody's doing something in the garage.
Yeah.
And the Chief Fisher said that they were gonna continue to sort of
Continue to check on
checking
it.
in on it and seeing if they spot anyone there.
Okay, good.
Originally, the intent though was to tear the garage down. They were given an amount of time,
Yeah,
you know, that there were a lot of personal belongings back in there.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I think
remember
we'll
that one.
monitor this one right now to confirm that someone is
Yeah,
living there. It's gonna be a hard one to monitor.
yeah. Can we issue an order to tear it down? We'd have to do an inspection, right?
Yeah, we have to go back through it, but it's possible.
Where's this one at?
Binion and
Say that again, Joe.
140th.
Oh, okay.
Binion splits off.
Yeah.
And you actually access the garage from
That's
the
where it
back.
is. Wow.
The adjacent parcel that's vacant between her and the neighbor to the east just sold, on tax sale.
Yeah.
So that's going through the process right now or just updated. She still would have access to her parcel through the front instead of accessing through the back and the neighbor, but
Okay.
That was a strange one to begin with.
Yes, it's been strange the whole time.
I think that was another circumstance that it came to you guys because Chief Wilkening had some folks in there and they had observed some pretty awful conditions.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Wasn't that, did anything happen with the other one, the third house?
That's what I was just
That's-
getting ready to ask, Ryan.
I'm glad you did. That's set for another hearing tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow, okay. I was
So,
hoping it was for before this meeting, but it's just after, huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
so if you'll remember, the last thing we heard from the court was they wanted to pursue some alternative avenues to see if there were services available for Mr. Byrd.
Yes,
That included trying to confirm whether or not he had enough service time to be eligible for any benefits under the VA.
mm-hmm,
All of our understandings, albeit more so informally with the VA and communications we received, are that he did not serve long enough. We don't even know with any certainty whether or not he completed basic.
yeah,
The indications we got were he didn't. He lasted a few months. But they're trying to confirm all that through a clearinghouse down in St. Louis. He did all of his service out in Oklahoma.
okay.
So you're dealing with governmental bureaucracy and trying to see what's available and what isn't. So at tomorrow's hearing, the VA has been ordered to appear again telephonically. Judge Parent has been working with Mervan's office to try to expedite confirmation of his service and maybe qualification of his benefits, if any, to the VA. And in the meantime, the Byrds were to continue to cooperate fully, and they had made some, what I perceive to be unsubstantiated allegations that they were making significant repairs to the home that would make it no longer unsafe. If you remember, probably about 45 days ago, Todd and Tim and I went out there along with Rick Everly,
Yeah,
and Ms. Byrd was not there at our previously scheduled meeting. Her excuse for that was a flat tire or something. From what we could see, the condition hadn't changed much other than the fact they cut down some vines. The deck, Tim almost fell through. In fact, when Todd knocked on the door swung wide open.
Oh, that's right.
So, he didn't go in. I don't think anything major has happened. what our position to the judge was that the court's already found that the property is unsafe. Unless and until we get called out there by the birds, we have no inclination to go back out there to inspect it again.
Right.
At last check with town folks, they've received no calls from the birds. Our office has not been contacted by them, so I intend to go into court tomorrow, and we're gonna stick with the fact that it's unsafe and sort of continue to push the judge for a resolution, which will inevitably be finding or getting Mr. Bird out of there so we can knock the house down.
And he's still living there, but he's living there by himself now, is that correct, as far as
Well,
you
he's
know?
either there by himself or with his daughter. My understanding is
Oh,
that
she's still, that's
the
right.
daughter's been living there with him. She's probably 30s, I would say.
Yeah,
She has a child of her own, which apparently lives with some other relatives here in the area in a home that has way too many people in it, so they can't house Stanley. Stanley's wife, Jane, is being cared for, I believe, by a relative in that house with way too many people in it.
yeah.
So it is not a pleasant situation.
No.
What a mess.
They've showed up to every court hearing, maybe not in a timely fashion. I would anticipate that they'll show up tomorrow. I would anticipate that they're probably not gonna have much in the way of substantive work, maybe some more excuses, and continue to, state
Yeah.
that family wants to stay in the house and this, that, and the other thing. So it's gonna eventually come down to, what the VA says. I'm hopeful that they might have an answer tomorrow. If that answer is what we anticipate it's going to be, then the options for the birds are quickly dwindling.
Yeah. What are the options then?
Unless they can demonstrate that the property is no longer unsafe and convince the judge of that, the judge has already found that it's unsafe.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he is either going to ask them to leave based upon, where some other arrangements have been made to the VA or some other alternative place, or he's gonna order them to leave, and then the property, I'm not sure how the judge is gonna handle it, let me put it this way. My position to him would be, he just order the demolition there.
Yeah.
It's possible that he'll send it down to you guys to do it, which to me seems to be a little bit of a waste of time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that he's super inclined to order the demolition. He's taken more of a humanitarian approach to
Yeah,
this.
he has, very much so.
But there's nothing that's gonna change
Yeah.
about the safeness of that particular piece of property. Especially if Stanley's not living there, there's no chance anybody's gonna go in and do any work to clean it up.
No.
Yeah, no. What a shame, huh?
It's a bad situation.
Yeah,
Mhm.
about 3 or 4 years ago, when we were working with their
Karen.
attorney, we thought we had some, well, we did make, I guess, a little bit of progress. but-
Yeah, I mean, in retrospect, it was kind of, putting lipstick on a pig, though.
Yeah. No,
Right, we had
exactly.
cleaned up the exterior. They couldn't do much on the inside due to financial considerations, and, then nothing good happened in the last 3 or 4 years that was gonna make the inside better.
Yeah,
Besides more people living there and a relative passing away there, and
yeah.
that same relative was not having bandages changed and stuff like that, so.
I can't imagine.
Yeah.
The explanations in court are a little more graphic.
No, I'm sure.
I'm giving you the PG-13.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. The Reader's Digest.
Yeah, exactly.
PG-13, huh? Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Ryan.
Yeah, so
Thank you.
we'll see what Judge Parent does tomorrow.
Yeah. We'll be waiting with bated
Oh,
breath.
I'm certain of that.
Okay.
So other I have are the two houses that you had issued demolition orders on. Tim is working on those. He's working with NIPSCO to make sure services are retired and getting them on his schedule, so.
Okay, good.
The one on 141st over there, that's down, gone, cleaned up. It's about 6,300. Yeah, it was,
On Morse? Up
no,
Morse?
141st,
141st?
Morris, going towards Crown Point,
Yeah.
just out of the city limits. No, it's in the city limits, just past there is out of the city limits. Yeah, I got pictures of it.
Okay, good.
We talked about it last week,
Did we? That one?
or, yeah. Because Todd and I both were over there and, took pictures of it before the meeting. And then, you know, he took the pictures and had it his phone. I took the pictures of it all cleaned up.
But did you say it's down,
That's cleaned up.
yeah,
Yeah.
it does?
Joe,
Okay.
that's all it left is foundation.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
I think it looks to me like they're gonna build back on top of it maybe,
okay.
but. Yeah, I know it's on the, it was on the list because,
That's the one where I think we were gonna have an update on it, and they came in and got a permit for the demo right before the
Okay.
next meeting.
Okay, and it's down, you say, chief, down, everything, okay, okay.
We can check on that one in the
Yeah,
morning
yeah,
and
good,
look up the building department records.
yeah.
you got a few leaves to pick up. but
Don't we all?
They fell late this year, didn't they?
Oh, they did.
Sure seems like.
It's, the Ward house, it's,
Oh, the Ward House?
6425.
Wellwards and Ward.
Yeah,
Huh?
Wellwards
Yes,
and Ward.
that's one that got a permit for the demo.
yeah.
Okay, it's all cleaned up.
Who demoed it?
That's made it.
Wellwards?
No, Ward.
Wasn't that, I think it's,
No, there was,
Wellwards had another.
Wellwards was with someone else, it wasn't Ward.
Okay.
They were both at the same time though.
I was gonna say, like, that might be the most surprising thing I've heard tonight, if you tell me that Wellwards demoed it.
Okay, good, well, thanks, chief, yeah. Anybody have anything else?
So,
Public comment, Jim, any?
Sure, you better get our timer up, we don't wanna be here all night with public comment.
No, okay, public comment, seeing none?
Public comment, Dan?
Meeting's adjourned. Now, the next meeting is scheduled for December 15th. Do you think we need a December 15th meeting, Joe?